village boy to managing billions. There are inspirational young Papua New Guineans all around us who have achieved some amazing things despite the challenges and setbacks they experienced in life. Here's the story of Charles Lee, a village boy from Hagen who ate fire-roasted cow for breakfast, who rapidly rose up through the ranks of NASFAN to become the Superfund's first national to become Chief Investment Officer, growing it from K1.7 billion to a K5.2 billion portfolio in less than 7 years. In doing so, he helped off hundreds of thousands of workers in triple their retirement savings, and he did it while he was still in his 20s. His professional success also saw him win the Institute of Directors Young Director of the Year award in 2018. Here is his story. I first met Charles in 2003 when we were all in first year. He was at UPNG, but would come spend weekends up at PAU, where his schoolmates from Western Highlands were. His late wife, Christine Womp, was like a small sister to me and also studied at PAU. Her older brother, Justin Womp, was my university roommate. Justin also had a brother, Edward Womp, at UPNG, and he was friends with Charles. They would come up to PAU together. I had many Western Highlands friends when I was in uni, and that's how I got to know Charles early on. Since then, I have watched his progress with pride. Now 37. Charles was born in Arawak, Bougainville. His dad was a quarantine officer based at seaports. The family left for Rabaul before the conflict. He started school in Rabaul, but his dad got sacked for disciplining the big boss's relative. They left for the village with very little savings when Charles was 8 years old in 1992 as newcomers. All the other villagers had gardens to supplement their food requirements. They didn't. They had to start all over again from nothing, with no car and terrible road conditions making it inaccessible for PMVS. The 8-year-old had to wake up at 5 a.m., have a hot-baked cow that his grandmother made, and walk for kms every morning to get to the nearest highway to catch PMV to town to attend Tarangao Community School in Hagen, where he was in grade 2. The cow he'd had for breakfast was the only thing that kept him going throughout the day. I went without lunch most of the time and gave all kinds of reasons. When teachers asked if we brought lunch, he told me. When he was in grade 5, his uncles then adopted him because they had PMV vehicles. They'd drop me off and I'd catch PMV back. Dad was then able to be reinstated, but by that time, I was already in high school, he said. Charles' most difficult years were from grade 2 to grade 7. He felt like giving up, but kept going. He attended Sogari National High School in 2001 and 2002, where he was the male vice head boy in year 12. He always had a fascination with numbers and scored a high distinction in the Australian maths competition in that year.
I recall also scoring similar, but in the Australian chemistry competition. I had studied science at PUMNATS